Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are looking at an experiment with Red Bull London. So this is a team that has been created as a result of Red Bull coming over to the UK and wanting to take a team to the top. So what we've got here is basically they've moved into the Vanarama South. They've taken over Welling in that league. They've bought the club out, taken all the players and staff, moved them to Red Bull London. They've got a brand new stadium. If you look at their facilities, they've got the Red Bull Arena, which is a 30,000 all-seater stadium in London. Very good conditions, top corporate facility, great training, good youth academy and recruitment. All that sort of good stuff for them there. It's all ready for them to go ahead. Now they have got the players that were at Welling themselves, so it's all those players that are there, but obviously they have got a load of money as well. It's the Red Bull money that will be coming into the club. So it will be interesting to see kind of how they do. Are they able to get out of the non-league section of this season and kind of push on, and how quickly can they rise up the table, and if they're able to, will it be a case that Red Bull kind of give up on the team and let it run itself rather than putting any funding into it to try and push them higher and higher? So what we'll do is we'll jump a season ahead, see how they do, and then go from there. So we'll see you in a sec. Okay, so Red Bull London still in the Vanarama South. Now, it might take a season for them to be getting ready. They might be bringing players in, bedding them in, all that sort of thing. They did finish 11th mid-table in the league, so interesting to see that they're only kind of in that mid-range there, playing a 4-1-4-1 formation with Barry Nicholson coming in as their manager for the season. Now, what kind of transfers have they done here? So you've got only spent £800 on players. Again, this might be because of the season just getting used to things. Ryan Case coming in, being that £800 signing. A couple of players leaving the club as well. So there's not much change there. Maybe it is a case, like I say, that it's bedding in, it's getting used to the club. They have got affiliates throughout the world. So they've got Salzburg, New York, Leipzig, and Red Bull Brazil as well. So they might be looking to take advantage of that. But let's see. We'll go another year in the future, see how they do. Hopefully they'll be able to get out of this league and push on. Okay, so Red Bull London have got promoted. They finished second in the National League South with 95 points, just behind Aldershot from winning the title. Now, season preview wise, that was last year. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, so it's not bad really for them to be promoted now. They've brought in a bunch of players. They're obviously looks like they're using some of the players that have come through the academy. Barry Nicholson at the club still after winning that promotion. £1,000 on wages. Now, I know that if they get promoted from this league, that they will have to deal with the kind of limits of the league above. In League 2 and League 1, I believe there's like a cost limit. So you can't spend over a certain amount on wages for the team that have been registered. So it'd be interesting to see how they deal with that and if that is a problem for them. They brought in Balogun from Hartlepool there, as well as Regan Ogle, Chris Bush, Jack Ball. So they've brought in a lot of players. Lot of free players there. No real money spent still, which is a bit of a surprise. They do have quite a bit there, but they have also released a few players. So it'll be interesting to see if they are able to push straight out of this league, or again, it'll be a case that they'll have to kind of reassess, get used to this year, get through it, and then come up again. What we'll do then is we'll jump maybe 2 years ahead, see where we are then, and then go from that point. Okie dokie. So we are looking at the 2022-23 season. We have jumped straight to 25 to see where they're at. So they managed to come 7th in the table in that next season. So a pretty good base to kind of work off of. They then jumped forward into next season, which they finished 8th, so they're still kind of finding their feet in the National League. But the season after, which we've just had, they did go up as champions. They absolutely smashed the league. So I don't know if they've kind of invested a bunch of money or kind of what's happened there to cause that to occur. They have now got Jamel Campbell-Rice as their manager. Still playing that 4-1-4-1, quite a defensive formation really for a side like this. Michael Okuti is now a bit of a legend at the club, which is interesting. Positions, don't want that. I want personal details. So he's a 20-year-old right winger. Interesting. Let's take a look. Can't really see anything because I haven't got any of those details on, but it's an interesting situation that we're in now. I don't recognise many of the names here, so it might be a case that it looks like that a lot of the players are actually coming through the academy that they're using, which makes sense. It is a really good academy setup they have got here. They will be bringing in fantastic players, so maybe that's what they're looking at. Like I say, there is that limit of the kind of cost that you can spend in the transfer window. So and the wage budget in League 1 and League 2. So we'll see how they do. That we'll jump 5 years ahead to 2030, see where they're at, if they've managed to push on, or if it is just a case that they've kind of found their level now and they're not going to be looking to go any further. Okie dokie. So we are back with Red Bull London, and it looks like they were able to get promoted straight away, going through to League 1, and then kind of leveling off. They've kind of found their level at that stage. So hitting that at point, there is obviously a bunch of youth players that they're using. They have managed to get 5th. They were in the playoffs, but weren't able to beat Huddersfield in those playoffs to really get promoted. An interesting kind of situation there. Let's see what transfers if they've been spending any money, or if it is just looking like youth players that they've been using. So they've only spent 125,000. A lot of free players coming in, with selling a lot more onto other clubs. Again, 375,000. So they are spending more and more money as they're climbing up the leagues. But again, they're bringing in more than they're selling, spending. So again, 2 million. So it's gone up once more in players that they're bringing in, but still selling those academy players for a lot more than they are, with Derek Abu going off to Reading for 3.7 million, a big amount of money. Once more, again, 4.4 million this time. It does look like a case where they're very much a selling club, if that makes sense, but they still managed to climb up the leagues because of that academy that they've got there. It would be interesting, certainly, to kind of see how they go forward as well. If it is a case that they're kind of at this stage now for a long period, 6 million selling there, or if there will be more and more rises in the future with the academy setup, and if they can bring in any more trophies, because they've only got the Vanarama National League that they've won, but they're still rising. They're on League 1 at this stage. So if you did enjoy this video, and you'd like to see Red Bull London go a bit further, let me know, and I can obviously simulate a bit more into the future, see if they can reach that Premier League stage. But otherwise, if you do enjoy experiments, then hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll go and take another look at some more experiments that we've got in the pipeline for you guys. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.